is Sensei-pong, and this is Sci-Hi. And we had just left off with Jake and in English class, and we're trying to figure out what kind of approach should we take in examining Jake or talking to him to get more information out of him for Carla. So our choices again are I'll talk to Jake during class. It's the only way to be certain I'll get his attention, or I'll use my clairvoyance. No, I bet there's some interesting things in Jake's backpack. Or I won't do anything during class. I'll try to talk to Jake after. Well, you know, I was looking at my stats and they're not really subtle, so I don't want to use my clairvoyance because I'll probably get caught and it'll be like, why are you spacing out in class? You got to lay off whatever you're on. So, talking to Jake during class is kind of a bad idea because it'll again draw attention to myself. I'll be asking you questions, maybe, I don't know. So I'm not going to do anything during class. I'm going to try to talk to Jake afterwards. That's in between periods. That's usually a good time to just try to get some quick information out of somebody. So we'll do that. I won't do anything during class. That's a very conscientious decision. Why did you choose that? One, I really need to focus on my grades. Or I'm worried about getting into trouble. Or I love English class. I don't want to miss a second of it. Or I don't want to let Miss Rivera down. I really want her to have a good opinion of me. Well, it's definitely not number 4. We'll go with my own personality. I was never really that big of a fan of English classes. I did love reading, and I actually read quite a bit outside of class. Not light reading, heavy reading. But never had anything to do with the class, and it was all philosophy books, which they don't really teach in high school. They teach that more in college, and there was no application once I got to college because it's a philosophy class, and even if I got a philosophy degree, whatever. So, I'm actually going to go with what I would probably say in real life. I'm worried about getting into trouble. Shabam. Well, good for you. Miss Rivera's classes are always great, and everyone gets involved in the conversation about Mercutio. Even Jake raises his hand several times. Every time Miss Rivera calls on him, he has the right answer. You can't remember the last time Jake did this well in class. Seriously, what's up with that? The bell finally rings, setting you free from English class, and you hurry to catch up with Jake as you head into the hall. Hey, Jake, you call. He turns around to the sound of your voice. Yes? You finally got Jake's attention. What do you say? Am I going to say, are you okay? Or, I was talking to Carla yesterday. She was worried about you. Or, pretty impressive performance in class there. Well, I'll be honest. You'll get straight to the information and, kind of tip him off on why I'm, asking him a question. Or if you can do. So, I was talking to Carla yesterday. She was worried about you. Jake frowns. The expression looks odd on his face. You're much more used to seeing him smiling. Carla should really be more worried about herself, Jake sniffs. She is doing some pretty dangerous things. Maybe she is, you have to admit. But I didn't think that bothered you. Well, now it does. Well, now it does, Jake says flatly. What changed? I got detention a few days ago, Jake explains. And okay, maybe I've had detention a lot. Ordinarily, Jake would have a self-depreciating grade to go with that admission, but he doesn't. His voice is matter-of-fact, with a serious expression match. But this time was different. I was sitting there with Miss Clay staring down at me, and I started thinking, really thinking. By the time I left, I just got it. I really understood what I was doing to myself. All of the acting out and breaking rules, it was hurting me. I needed to stop, so I did. It makes it sound easy as if deciding to stop a traffic light, which, you remember, he didn't always do before either. Carla was part of that life, Jake finishes, so I have to stop that too. What am I going to say? You've known Carla for years. Seriously, Jake, what's going on? Or, why did your feelings for Carla change? Or, Carla's really upset, right? Well, we'll try to tug at his heartstrings. Carla is really upset, right? Jake snorts. She is a drug dealer. I can't afford to hang around with people like that anymore. She was dragging me down. I am turning my life around and I'm a lot happier now because of it. Happy? You repeat, staring at Jake in astonishment. In the last 2 days, I haven't heard you tell a single joke or even laugh. Jake shakes his head, mouth pursed disapprovingly. That's not the kind of happiness I meant. There is more to life than that. I am going to be successful now. I know it. This sounds exactly like what Carla was talking about. Jake's thinking about college, about long-term planning. But before you can come up with another question, Jake says, "Look, I need to get going. I will be late for my next class." He steps around you and moves down the hall. The conversation is definitely over. But you can't stop thinking what Jake said, and that he was happier now? Do you think he was telling the truth? Well, do I think he's telling the truth? Either it's no, he's acting completely against his nature. I'm sure he's just hiding how unhappy he really is. Or he could be. There is more to life than parties and fun. We have to start thinking about serious things like college. Or, no way! He's turning into a pod person. Nobody could be happy like that. I would never give up what I love doing. Or, I don't think so. If Jake is being affected by magic, he isn't choosing this for himself. Well, this is really starting to seem like a situation of invasion of the body snatchers. So, I'm gonna say, I don't think so. If Jake is being affected by magic, he isn't choosing for himself. How happy can Jake be if he isn't choosing his own path? Maybe he'll end up getting the kinds of things out of the things that most of the people want. Going to good college and getting a good job, but if it's not what he would choose for himself, then what is that worth? And more worryingly, who could be making Jake want this? You can't think of anyone in school who has the ability to change people's behavior. Not to that degree. Will's the person whose ability has the strongest effect on people's minds, but even that only lasts for 30 seconds. Well, you've got enough information to go back to Carla. Jake broke off the relationship because he honestly didn't want to be dating Carla anymore. He didn't feel like Carla fit in with his new life of studying and ambition. He texted Carla to meet you at the end of school in the same place as yesterday. By that time you arrive, she's already there, pacing around and fizzing with built-up energy. The instant she spots you, she spins around towards you, calling out, "Pong, what have you got?" How do you want to approach this? Either I'll just say it straight out, tiptoeing around won't make it any easier, or I need to be gentle. Carla is already really upset, and I don't want to hurt her any more than I have to. Or I'm going to give Carla as much detail as I can. Knowing all that information always makes me feel better, so it'll make her feel better too. Or there's something magical going on. I need to tell Carla about that. Well, the way I'm going to approach this situation is probably going to be explained in the next episode. So, as always, like and subscribe to Sensei-pong with Sci-Hi.